These are stunning new images, and they reveal the chaotic glory of the sun in mind-blowing detail. We have a close-up of an active region in the sun's chromosphere. This is by Andrew McCarthy. This is his image. This is by Nancy Atkinson, Universe Today on Science Alert. You're looking at a 300 megapixel photo of our sun. Astrophotographer Andrew McCarthy used a specially modified telescope, taking over 150,000 individual photos, and he combined them into this magnificent image. It took, he says, about 10 hours to stack all the data, and another 3 to 4 hours to get it from a raw stack to the final image, McCarthy explained. McCarthy uses a modified Explore Scientific AR 127 telescope. He employed a quick capture technique to take all the images, each one a 2.1 megapixel 16-bit image, and the filters and processing shows what can be seen in the chromosphere of the sun, the second most outer layer of our star. He says, yesterday I took a 300 megapixel photo of our star. This was done by using a specially modified telescope and over 150,000 individual images. Do not point a regular telescope at the sun, he warns us. McCarthy took the images from his backyard in Arizona, November 29, 2021. The image is called Fire and Fusion, and it highlights the chaotic nature of our sun. This writhing ball of plasma, he says, has planet-sized streams that snake up from the surface, dwarfed by looming prominences and filaments. He says, blinding bursts of energy stem from areas of heightened magnetic activity, pushing and pulling on the solar surface and creating fascinating patterns in the atmosphere of the sun. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. On Twitter, McCarthy explained that this is a partially inverted image, which clarifies why just the edge is bright while the inner part of the image is darker. He says, with this type of filtration I'm using, the atmosphere actually blocks sunlight, so it gets darker towards the edges, he said. And he said that makes limb features harder to see, so this processing method is used. He says, what you're seeing here is the atmospheric layer called the chromosphere. You can see prominences, filaments, and active regions around sunspots and get the print for a limited time here, he says, and he has a link there. And here he says, closer look at the active region. You can see how the plasma arcs along the magnetic field lines, which are much more chaotic in these regions. Get even more details on full-size image on my Patreon, and he has the images there. And McCarthy says, a filter is imperative for any type of use of the sun. He said, I strongly recommend not attempting this sort of thing unless you know what you're doing. He says, people have gone blind attempting to view the sun through a telescope. Mine is designed to purge the intense heat generated from the sun and precisely tuned to only show a specific band of light to allow for the details of the solar chromosphere to come through. And you can see his fascinating image work on Twitter, Instagram, his website. This is originally published on Universe Today on Science Alert. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support.